Hello, everybody. Welcome to yet another exciting episode of Those Natural Ones. We are here a little bit late, but, you know, technical difficulties. We would not be us without them. Thank you all for joining us. Before we get started, a few quick announcements, starting with our next in-person sitting around a real table, rolling real dice. It's going to be Friday the 30th. So tune in here at youtube.com/@thosenatural_ones, twitch.tv/@thosenatural_ones, and maybe a couple other, but they're currently not working. They're both broken, and these are the two that really matter. So we're going to stick with those. Other than that, I don't know if you guys out there are aware that, but, you know, we're based in Ohio here at Those Natural Ones because we're weird like that, and we're our own form of cryptids. But it's been gorgeous today. Apparently we set a record for the coolest temperature of the day of all time here, and the only thing cooler than that would be you joining our Patreon. So Scott, tell them about how they do that. God damn it. God damn it. Oh, son of a bitch. Hold on. Apparently you were muted this entire time. There was no sound for that entire fucking thing.
I heard it.
No context. You're just holding up a MAGA sign.
And this is why you need to join our Patreon, so that way we can afford to hire somebody, so Scott's entire bit does not get edited out.
Oh no!
Well, that backfired.
Make Arnon's game awesome. Sounds like an amazing
Oh my
campaign.
god,
Guess
that
what
was
is MAGA now.
Oh my god.
Quick, redo the bit.
Take two and action.
Join Patreon.
Hey guys,
Let
we
it
have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/thosenatural_ones. We need support. We need interns and tech crew and production managers and people who do lighting and stuff and people who make sure that the fucking sound is on so I don't have to redo bits. So I've decided to start a campaign. You may have heard of it. I've decided to name it Make Arnon's Gang Awesome in 2024. I'm getting some shirts, some hats ordered. There's going to be merch everywhere. Here's a preview. You may have seen it when I was talking to myself. They're really picking up. I've seen these hats everywhere, and I don't even have one. I don't even have one yet. I'm appreciating all the support. Thanks to everybody. Go to patreon.com/thosenatural_ones to help make Arnon's Gang awesome in 2024. One of those benefits is a weekly shout out. I'm going to start crying. A weekly shout out to everybody at the Haemir level or higher. So once again, thank you, Les Forum Marlat, for your continued support. Check it out, patreon.com/thosenatural_ones. It definitely stands for Make Arnon's Gang Awesome in 2024.
Indeed. And I apologize for that. I forgot that OBS updated today, so I had to redo the freaking where the sound was coming from.
I'm gonna go. I have COVID now. I have to go.
Scott, I mean, that was awesome.
Oh,
Natural ones do occur in real life.
that's right.
Oh my gosh, my supporting cast rolled a natural 1 on the sound.
Exactly. All right. Thank you for that. And
I'm gonna Homer Simpson into the bush now.
yeah.
Yep.
Emery, where else can they support us?
Well, when you're not contributing to the Patreon and making Arnin's gang awesome, maybe you could also help us by checking us out at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, on Twitch, and maybe one day we will help Kick and Trovo build back better. You can also listen to the audio-only podcast form, wherever podcasts are sent out into the universe. You can also connect with us on Facebook and on Twitch. Not Twitch, Twitter, because it's Twitter, and Threads. All three of those places are places where we are, some would say, stronger together. You can also talk to our very own Butch on Butch's blog, and
That's right.
Hey,
Butch's blog.
yeah,
It's
that's
on
right.
Tumblr. Tumblr's not dead. It's just there. Tumblr's there. Still there. And Butch is on Tumblr. Do a search for those natural ones. All one word, and you'll find Butch's blog. You can ask me, who plays Butch, questions, and I will answer them. And then you will know secrets. You know secrets, insider knowledge that may or may not be correct about the game world, which is very cool. Very cool stuff.
Indeed.
Hey, if you see anybody out there with our merch, make sure to say hi.
Yes. Also,
Arden's Gang 24. Call them out. Fellow supporters.
Remember to like, subscribe, share, hit the bell for notifications, and make sure when you do, you hit all and not personalize, so that way you never miss an episode. Sound off in the comments below and let us know how good or bad we're doing.
Real bad today.
Maybe, yeah, off to a winning start. Any and all engagement helps us out a ton. Maybe we'll actually learn some strategery about how we do things.
I'm so glad I didn't break down and buy an actual prop.
Yeah.
I couldn't force myself to.
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm so glad I didn't now.
Yep, that was a smart move.
Fantastic. Thank you guys so much. All right, so that concludes the announcements for the day. Just another reminder, Friday the 30th, tune in at 7 p.m. Eastern time for our monthly in-person sitting around a real table, rolling real dice, and probably getting way off track because that's what we do. But I think that brings us to Sam. Even though you weren't here, I know you know what happened. And I know you were sitting with bated breath on the edge of your seat as Arnon couldn't keep it in his sheath. What
And
happened?
Elric casually
Hashtag Arnon
drank
was
a
right.
potion while being swung out, and I wrestled with the beast called COVID. But anyways, let's talk about what actually happened. So last session, after the encounter in Melora's Plain, Gwen was teleported to the temple with Butch. So Gwen and Butch weren't there. The rest of the party received a message from the general that new allies had been found. Oh, yay! Before successfully navigating to Haemir's homestead, the crew did engage in more river-based shenanigans. The party arrived back at Haemir to see fewer soldiers and the suspicious sound of laughter in the house. They found Haemir, Calliope, and the new ruler of Rockrialt, Sergei. Well, actually Strahd, with his lieutenants. Calliope says he's here to help. Arnon disagrees and attacks. Shit goes sideways as the party fights with 2 of their 3 healers somewhere completely different and unaware of what's going on. Through the battle, they realize Strahd and his group are likely simulacrum, and when all hope seemed lost, the charm on Haemir and Calliope was broken and the party was revived, 1 roll away from a TPK. The party defeated Strahd's and his lieutenant's simulacrum and began to recover from the encounter. And that's where we are.
Thank you. And yes.
The tune.
Sorry.
Literally.
It comes at the perfect timing.
It did.
One failed concentration check away from a TPK. The entire party was down. Haemir was banished. And Calliope stood alone with Strahd.
Thanks, Haemir.
As soon as she hit him, he lost concentration, and because I was trying to figure out, I as the DM lost concentration as well and forgot that he still had 2 legendary resistances left. Haemir pops back, does a mass cure, and brings everyone back up. So we will start a few miles away from where this all happened, as Gwen and Butch find themselves transported back into the Temple of Melora, standing next to this priest, this cleric, druid of Melora, as you find yourself standing in the middle of this kind of round central overgrown temple next to this small fountain with algae covered, lily pad infested water sitting on top of it. This druid kind of looks to you a little surprised that 1 left, yet 2 return. He looks to you, Butch, and says, "Well, I assume that you've found what you were looking for."
Yes, friend. Thank you so very much for your guidance. I'm not sure how I can ever repay you.
Hey, Butch, where are we?
You could probably kill that platypus for me.
I'm just whispering. Just at, well, I guess it would be like at Butch. Where are we?
Oh, we are in the relatively hidden Temple of Melora.
Oh.
Repayment is not necessary, as it is my job to help wary travelers continue their divine journeys.
Hey.
Still, I give thee thanks. Perhaps I could make a meal for you. We could break bread.
That would be lovely.
Excellent. Butch will do a nice wilderness meal.
Fantastic.
I will ask him his dietary restrictions and preferences. Allergies. Etc.
None really. I have a slight aversion to legumes, but other
Well,
than
that's
that,
fine. I don't think I have our jug of nut milk anyway.
Fantastic.
I know. Do you want me to roll again for that?
Sure, go for
I
it.
did really well last time. Maybe I'll botch it this time.
So this is currently...
Hey, Gwen could help me. Does that give me advantage?
I would love to help you, Butch.
Oh, well.
It's
Double
fine.
fours.
Oh no, we
13.
lost Chris. So that was another thing I meant to mention. Our cameras might get a little wonky tonight. Chris is having some hardcore internet issues, and he keeps dropping out. So I apologize in advance for any wonky cameras like what you're seeing right now. We will get it under control as soon as... Hey, there he comes back. So we will do our best to continue to not have wonky cameras. All right, 13's fine. I mean, you're cooking a meal. It's you use what you have available to you. It's not Michelin star by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a decent meal, well prepared, well cooked, well put together. So
Wonderful.
I don't. Is it working? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's just me waving my hand in front of the druid's face. No, that's not it.
Yes.
No, I'm sorry. I'm chopping or whatever Butch tasked Gwen to do to help. I feel like maybe I got dropped. It was. We met him. It was odd because a portal just appeared, and then we kind of followed him in, and then there was our buddy. And then there was a lot of cryptic messaging. And then we talked to the ground. And we met an angelic being that was a panther, but then revealed its true self. And then he gave me this. And I gestured to the ring. Well, I didn't realize it at the time. But, I feel like some things are falling into place. Where does one start? Like, is this an active temple? Are there more of you? Is there a book
I feel
or
like
a
somebody
pamphlet,
needs to ask
maybe?
her what kind of shrooms she's been eating.
That was a lot of different things that you just said.
Well, there's, a pamphlet or some kind of literature. I don't like...
Melora is nature, so to worship nature is to worship Melora. We don't really provide religious texts so much as it is just in the actions of...
Do you know the harm the paper industry has caused?
Exactly. Do you know how
To
many?
Melora's
Do you know how many
truth.
trees it takes to make a religious text?
That's a
No.
very valid...
More than one tree is too much.
Just use stone tablets.
You.
Also valid.
Then there's the whole quarry thing and the strip mining industry,
Okay.
and there's
All right.
Anyway.
Back up. I more just want to... I feel like I felt very... This is so new, and I'm trying to put it into words, and it's really difficult, but...
Wait, Gwen, you're a druid. Don't you worship nature?
I mean, I haven't really historically consciously worshipped anything. I mean, I guess if anything I have been, without putting a name to it, worshiping nature, because like connecting to nature and the communication of the mycelium and the fruits and the way the trees and the mushrooms communicate via the mycelium, and it's gorgeous, but like I don't know that I trail off.
While you're doing this and while you're kind of rambling, this druid kind of walks up to you and just kind of druid crafts a small, like the stereotypical almost Super Mario mushroom with the red cap and the white
fly
stripe.
agaric.
Sure, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, that's what it is. The red cap. Yeah.
He druid crafts this little red cap mushroom in his hand, kind of holds it up to you and is like, it sounds like you have been well on your way for quite a while then.
I take it like it is a precious baby bird
To
and hold it close to me.
the difference between Melora and the rest of the Pantheon is she does not require as blatant and obvious worship as most of the other deities do.
She's just cool, man.
Yeah. God damn it. She To be one with.
I'm gonna fuck your shit all up tonight.
Yeah, you are. To be
All
one.
right, all right.
Make Arnon's gang awesome.
Oh my god.
I picked this shirt tonight too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Crap.
Yeah.
To
I think I made a huge mistake.
yeah. To be one with nature and to commune with nature is to commune directly with Melora.
Butch reaches over to take the mushroom to prepare it in the food.
Can I
He is
keep
not
this
aware
one?
of what he's doing.
No, wait. And I just do one of these.
Okay.
No. This one's mine. This one's for
Sure.
me.
Mm-hmm.
And I very
Chop, chop,
gently
chop, chop.
tuck it into my back.
Fantastic. So, to kind of catch us up a little bit, it would take you the evening's rest plus the majority of the following day to make yourself or to get back to Haemir's house, Gwen, your house.
Is it 2 days? I thought it was 2 days.
We'll just for
Budget,
ease of
budget.
for ease of timeline, we're gonna say if you rest tonight, you can start out in the morning and get there by a little after nightfall the next day. So, is there anything you two wanted to accomplish during that time?
I will say, knowing what, like, just after the druid's demonstration, like, before we, like, go to...
Oh, that time we
Oh,
lost
no.
Cassandra.
That's a different
Oh
one.
no.
Dude, we're having all the internet issues.
Yes!
Anyway, what were you going to say?
Before we go to rest, I'm just going to kind of, like, try to walk through the temple and meditate and look at the overgrowth of nature and appreciate that that's probably, in a way, by design, that you're not taming the wild for a place of worship for Melora. And then I'm going to druidcraft and make it more overgrown, where not obstructing entrance or hiding it necessarily, but like just
hold on a second.
adding
Make
to it.
This might be a while. So I don't know if you want to flip cameras.
Balls. Okay.
Fish.
Let's see if I have one that. Hey, that one's pretty good. There we go. Oh wait. Hold on. Let's just do this real quick. Boop. And is it this
Sorry
one?
to
Nope.
interrupt. I just saw her
Nope.
message.
Thank
in
you.
Discord, so.
Hold on. There we go. All right, cool. She'll be back in a minute. There we go. All right, continue, Gwen.
Oh, that was about it. I'm gonna druidcraft, help the overgrowth be more overgrown
Fantastic.
without obstructing anything.
Go ahead and make me a religion check.
Oh, I don't do that. No. Oh God, where is my character sheet? A religion check. Can Butch help me?
No.
Can the
'cause you're-
druid help me?
No, because you're off on your own
Sorry.
doing this stuff.
Damn it.
My knowledge of nature is
Ooh.
understood through the lens of Sending Moonbow.
19. Fantastic. All right. As you are walking around kind of observing and quietly reflecting on what you've shit. No, I didn't. I'll do that right now. Thank you.
Reflecting on what I've shit.
No.
That's like half my day.
That's how you get the mushrooms.
I mean, everything has to, the way it turns out in the end. That's how it
God.
goes.
It's my favorite
Damn
children's book.
all of
Everybody
you.
poops.
Everyone does.
All right. Did now.
Nature.
As you continue and reflect on everything that you have learned and everything you've experienced throughout the day, you prepare your druid craft and you create these vines and entangled flower buds and so on and so forth. You notice a slight breeze that wasn't there a second ago, gently wafting through your hair and caressing your cheek Hey, she's coming back. She's coming back. So, come on, you can do it. But a feeling of peace and of contemplation comes over you as you feel this breeze just slowly and gently caressing your face.
Nope.
Do I?
Nope.
Is it like obvious to me that something changed as I was going through this, or was it just kind of like an overwhelming sense of this is right?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. Just this, you kind of put it together that this is happening in conjunction to the offering you're presenting to Melora. And you do feel, I would believe, I mean, you can say more to what Gwen believes, but I would venture to guess that brings a slight bit of warmth and comfort to you.
It does. And it's one of those, like, religion has felt anathema to Gwen for a long time, and this is like, oh, this is different. Like, I'm okay with this. Settling into it.
Fantastic. Anything else either of you would like to accomplish in the 24 hours roughly it's going to take you to rest and venture back home?
Sleep, eat, hike,
Fair enough.
talk.
Oh, Gwen's gonna talk. To Butch, like, oh my god, can you believe this? This is amazing.
While Gwen's talking, I'm going to keep my eye out for lizard folk.
Fair enough.
I'm going to keep my eye out for yuan ti. I don't want to have to deal with any snake people. I'm also going to keep an eye out on those, the cat folk. What are they called again?
Tabaxi.
The tabaxi are very friendly. That doesn't mean that they're actually your friends. So I'm going to be very wary, much as I was on the walk here.
Oh my god, fucking spammers on Twitch. Sorry, I just had to ban 2 people in a row on Twitch. All right, Butch, go ahead and make me a perception check, please.
Perception! I'm super good at seeing things and hearing things and smelling my surroundings.
Yeah, you are.
At 20.
So, sometime in the night, it's kind of hard for you to judge exactly when, but you're awoken. Small fire that you set before you all fell asleep in the middle of this temple. You're awoken. You look around towards the entrance and you see the outline of 2 individuals. As your eyesight you blink away the sleep and the vision comes a little clearer and you see exactly what you were saying. You see a lizard folk, and a yuan ti slowly creeping into the entrance of the temple.
I'm waking up Gwen.
Before you have the opportunity to do that,
Oh no!
you hear a low guttural feline growl coming from behind you deeper into the temple. As you turn and look, this large kind of saber-tooth panther stalking along the ground, looking directly towards the entrance, lets out this ferocious growl, and you see the lizard folk and the Yuan-Ti just turn and fucking book it out of the temple.
I'm a cat.
Oh my god. As soon as they disappear from sight, the cat kind of turns and does a little spin, little circle, little patty pat, and then kind of lays there, and you just see the tail just flick from side to side.
Did you say it was a panther?
Yeah, like a panther with two very large tusks, like saber tooth almost.
Sick
It's
ass
a puma.
panther.
It's a puma. Black puma.
And one thing you do not see is the priest, the druid.
I mean, Butch knows. Okay.
Yeah. You can kind of, Butch can kind of put two and two together.
Can he?
Yeah, I raised my int by 1. It's a 12 now.
He's also seen Gwen do this hundreds of times. Not
No,
that.
I
but
literally
like,
met two and two together.
oh. Oh, boy.
Thanks.
He's
So-
trying. He's trying real hard.
So hard.
After a restful night, and after you see that, you're like, well, fuck that, and just like, I don't have any worries here, and just conk out for the rest of the night. You all have your rest. You come to consciousness, start your journey, relatively uneventful journey. As the miles fall behind you, and the sun starts setting, you start to actually make me a survival check just for fun to see how you guys
Can I help?
absolutely, just to make sure you guys can indeed make it back. Oh yeah, without an issue.
27?
Yeah, without an issue. You know where you're going. You've traveled
You-
these lands.
In mesh?
Yeah, you two. Yeah, you two know where you're going.
Yeah, we're from here.
So
Come on.
We're kind of a big deal here.
as you, God damn it, as you guys make your way back, the sun starts setting. As you start seeing the torchlight and firelight coming from Haimir's house. Another thing you hear is loud crashes.
And that, Haemir, is why I hate everyone named Nick.
God damn.
So you continue, and you hear loud crashes and bangs and screams and yelling coming from inside your house.
All right, I'd like to use my action as movement and book it.
You two run full
Yes.
speed. You see the door is cracked open. You kind of shoulder check your way in. You hear these last few noises coming from the back. You rush into Haimir's office just in time to see Orpheus. I think it was Orpheus, wasn't it? Wasn't he the final
I think
I
it
blow?
think I was on the floor for the last kill.
It,
Oh, it was Ember.
Yeah, Ember
You
was
see
the one.
Ember coming through and just wrenching, and you see this image of Strahd standing there just turn into pure ice and shatter. You look around and you see the room is in complete shambles. Things are on fire, and tables and chairs splintered and broken, blood splattered everywhere. Almost every member of your party lie semi-conscious, battered, bruised, bleeding throughout the floor. You see 4 piles of now melting ice and snow spewed throughout the chamber.
Holy.
And the general has a bloody nose.
And the general stands there. The general stands there with the bloody nose, and Haemir is just standing there, kind of gasping and looking, almost a look of shame in his face.
I immediately cast Mass Cure Wounds.
And that, Haemir, is why I hate everyone named Nick.
Oh my god, I'm not the DM, but demerit.
Yeah.
You earned it. What happened?
Actually, Armin
Anybody?
is just going to glare
Orpheus,
at the general.
bleeding and prone on the
his way
floor,
out.
goes,
Healing.
just help. Can't stand up. Very hurt.
Well, do people get the hit
Mass cure
points I gave them?
wounds?
I did. I clicked on the thing. I thought
Okay.
it's there in the. It's there on the side.
All right, go ahead and roll your. Is there a thing that's to roll the health, or do you just have to do it?
I don't
manually?
see it.
All right,
so I'll just roll.
3d8 plus your spell.
Is it 5? No. Yeah, 5.
Yeah, 5. So that
Not bad.
is 19.
19 plus music.
Choose up to 6 creatures. So that would get literally all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including the general and Haemir. Although I don't believe Haemir really needs it, but oops, shit! I just went down 19 on Calliope.
And Calliope's dead.
All right, 19.
It worked.
Damn. All right. You said you're glaring at the general.
Yeah, I just glared at her and I left.
What just happened?
Glared at her all the way out.
Orpheus is clawing the table, pulling himself up. Simulacrums. They were simulacrums.
What was a
What?
simulacrum? Like, what is it, and who was it?
A simulacrum is.
Hey, Elric, what's
the
a
result-
simulacrum?
He's trying to tell us.
Yeah.
No, can you?
Yeah, listen.
Look,
Elric.
Butch, he's gonna tell us.
Oh,
A simulacrum
I think he's trying to
is the
tell us
result of-
something.
I swear to God, man.
which god?
Oh, speaking of which, no, I'll save it. Good, you tell us. This obviously
you-
some
you-
shit
you
happened
do
here.
your thing first.
Yeah.
Am I going to tell you?
Yeah, please.
Is this the part where I tell? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. A simulacrum.
So what happened when?
That was the world itself interrupting you. That must have been timbers falling down somewhere.
Magical copies of people. That's what happened. Magical copies of, in this case, vampires that we failed to make sure were completely dead.
Is this
Okay.
related to the
Okay.
bottle?
Yes. Somehow Strahd's returned.
Okay, Nick.
Cool.
God. And he was a proper vampire. Are simulacrums copies? Do they have the same traits as the original?
I
Or
don't know.
are they their own category of thing?
This is
Orpheus?
half of why Arnon left.
Yeah, this
If the
avalanche of
spellcast is
bullshit is half of why.
Powerful enough. If the spellcast is powerful enough and done by
Somebody cast.
Done by a team
It-
of evil witches?
it can be comparable to the original.
Okay, so did you all follow the proper procedure for killing a vampire?
No.
We didn't need to.
Orpheus
because it-
shouts, kind of staring at the general and Haemir.
Wait, this Strahd was made in New York City.
New York City!
Don't say it.
Calliope.
Nope. Nope.
Damn it. Calliope kind of stands up and kind of like rubs her neck and takes a hand to her temple and everything, and I'm not sure if you all are aware of the powerful, suggestive nature of vampires, but apparently your good friend Strahd there is, let's just say, a little extra persuasive.
All right.
But that brings up a question. Where are the others?
There's more than one Strahd?
You mean the soldiers?
No, the rest of our
Amisra and the rest of the team?
Amisra and Rain left with the other Genasi back to...
they're back on Social, aren't they?
They made their way back.
And your brother,
earlier.
where's your brother?
He took the soldiers... when we got word from you all that the cave could potentially be a new hideout, Casil took the remaining soldiers that were stationed here out to the camps to kind of start rallying everyone together and start packing up for it. They had planned to move out tomorrow morning to start making their way towards the clutch that you all found and start renovating it into a proper underground bunker.
Wait,
Did you
found a
tell
clutch?
Strahd about that?
I don't believe that came up, no. Luckily, that was not something that he had asked, and it is not something we offered up willingly.
That's not a
Wait.
solid no.
Yeah, that's a non-zero chance you told him, which makes that seem
I am-
quite concerning.
I am confident the fact that we did not mention that to him, because that is not something that he asked for.
Was
Are you
anything
guys
compromised?
confident?
To be honest, the only thing he did was he came in here, he apparently charmed the shit out of both of us, got himself invited in here, and we sat back here and actually had a fairly pleasant conversation. And that is not the charm happening. That is literally, he was waiting for you. He had no real intention of really doing anything to the two of us. He wanted to have you all to himself.
Wonderful. He was just being petty.
A little bit, yes.
But polite.
He kept mentioning information he wanted to give you personally.
Elric, would it be possible for us to use your magic to create, like, a good guy copy of Strahd?
When you cast the spell Simulacra, it creates a copy.
Yeah, but like a Bene Semiracula.
In order for you to create a good copy of Strahd would have to be good.
Okay, so
And
a
I don't
Bene
see that happening.
Dracula?
Oh my god.
Okay.
Orpheus, I do have a question. Why the fuck did you headbutt me? She kind of like crinks her nose.
I missed a headbutt?
Assumed you were under a spell, and I thought by it usually gets rid of charmed effects.
That's fair. I guess I can understand why you would have that thought. And while, yes, I was under a charmed effect, unfortunately, a little lesser known thing about the vampires is their charmed effects work a little bit differently than regular
Yeah, I would have
charm
asked our
spells.
blood hunter, but he was kind of paralyzed.
Yeah.
Arden, you got paralyzed?
Arden's gone.
I think I need
Where did Arden go? Wait, no. Arden always disappears. Arden.
Yeah, he just walked off when
no,
we got
but
here.
yeah, but he always just walks off.
Yeah, I know.
You're
I'm
going
just
to
telling
go-
you. He just left.
Wait, he
You need to
actually
find him if you want to talk to him.
Oh man.
You want me to
Usually
send
he
him?
just like does a twirly thing and I just can't see him anymore.
Get the Rolodex out. You want me to send him a message?
The rock polisher.
Arden was held in place because the general was ensorcelled to do such a thing.
Okay, well that is smart. Arnon's basically a walking death machine.
Yes, I was. In the spur of the moment, it seemed like it was the most logical thing to do, as to not harm anybody. The thing you have to understand is, as being under that kind of charm effect, it perceived to us that Strahd was a true ally, and that your group was the aggressors. And while you are still under my command, and we are still allies, it did not seem appropriate to physically attack you. I would never do such a thing. However, it also did not seem appropriate to allow you to combat someone who at the time seemed like an emissary and a diplomatic ally. So the best thing I could do was restrain the person who attacked.
Everything happened within a matter of seconds.
It seemed a whole hell of a lot longer than that.
So did you stake him?
Almost like 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
Did you decapitate him?
Well, the problem okay. So this simulacrum, as you put it, it's not a real person. So it's not technically a real vampire. It is a walking construct copy of this person. So it does.
I'm gonna point to the puddles of water where each of them died on their feet.
Simulacrums are created through a process of imbibing a structure created of ice or snow or a similar element with magical energies to create almost like a golem, like a construct that then becomes a living copy.
Sure. Now golems, I understand because we've fought a lot of those.
So it's not the same, even though it is a copy of a vampire. It does not require the same dispatching as a typical vampire.
I'm not going to say I'm going to do it, but just for thought experiment, if I were to have a simulacrum of me, would I know what that simulacrum is doing? Or would it be like a split consciousness? Or would it just be like, there's another Gwen out there?
Let's see if she knows. Also, Elric, you can roll Arcana too to see if you are aware.
I'm gonna roll Arcana to see what Butch thinks.
Calliope's like, I'm not sure. That is a very interesting question. Oh shit.
I'm just wondering if he made some
fresh
simulacrum.
from having my ass beat.
Yeah.
And then just hunkered down somewhere and just sent a simulacrum out? Like, can we find him
Orpheus
defenseless
knows.
somewhere?
Orpheus, you would know. You've read a little bit about this. You've heard a little bit about this. Simulacrums, yes, he does. He is aware of what is happening to it. He can feel that the simulacrum is no longer around, and he does get a significant amount of the knowledge back that the simulacrum obtained.
I've read some about the. It's not around anymore. He'll know that he defeated it. He'll probably have gathered a lot of information from it. So we can't rule anything out.
Hopefully his connection wasn't very good to it.
Arnon, you're back.
No, I'm not.
Really, Homer Simpson's into the bushes this time.
Above board, Nick,
Yeah.
do I know if simulacrums can be created from dead people?
Hold, please.
I'm
With magic, all
asking
things
because
are
all
possible.
of Strahd's allies that we defeated were there too. So
That is a good question.
This held moment brought to you by sponsorships we don't have yet.
See, what happened was all of them were actually turned into devils, which is why when they're killed on a material
Okay,
plane, will return in 1 day 3 plus 6 days.
Okay, so according to this, you would know that the creature has to be within range, so like of the person casting it, for the entirety of the 12 hours it takes to cast. So they would have to be a living creature to have this duplicate created. However, you would also know that the duplicates last more or less indefinitely.
And I can't be sure, but it's possible that Strahd's lieutenants are also still alive, though the simulacrums could have been created before we defeated them.
So wait, you're saying that it's possible that the enemies that we slew before were like golem copies of the... But when we defeated Strahd, the demi-plane of Barovia returned.
What he is saying is that these were copies. The ones and they could have been created prior to your slaying of his generals in Barovia.
But the lieutenants that we killed could have also have been these things.
They would have turned into the water, though.
Maybe the ones we killed were much better copies.
I doubt it.
Okay.
In either case, we need to be prepared to encounter them again.
Sweet.
In any case, we know this location's completely compromised. We've already had a visit from Levistus, and now from these simulacrums. We have to get out of here.
Or we could turn it into a bar.
And I was looking forward to having my peace and quiet back, but clearly that is out the window at this point.
Sure.
Gwen, you always did hate it here. Are you up for moving permanently?
Say less.
I had a feeling that's what your answer would be.
I'm gonna go look for Arnon.
Arnon, are you easy to find? Elric, make an investigation or perception check.
I'm helping.
There you go. Oh God, those dice are horrible. I'm not even gonna. He rolled an 18,
Yep.
Arnon, go ahead and roll your stealth, but I don't even know why I'm asking you to roll.
Roll a 1.
Like, what's the lowest you can get?
Yeah, we need 2 1s.
That's not
31.
Yeah,
there's a 3 in front of it, but there's a 1 there.
Yeah, you have
All right.
no idea. He's gone.
He'll come back when he wants.
He's right behind me, is he?
I mean,
No,
I
he's
can.
not.
Yeah, and he's got
If
his
he's
hand
within-
up like this.
Butch spins around. But he's not there.
Oh!
I could just try to communicate with him telepathically if he's within 30 feet. Shout into his brain because he hasn't been
Jesus.
under enough duress. Clearly.
Don't use your telepathic powers to shout at him.
Fine. I whisper it. I just go, "Hey, Arnon. Hey, Arnon."
I'm more than 30 feet away.
Then you guys just see me hunkered over, trying to be as quiet as possible in my head. It's a very difficult move.
Are you... Do you know if you're connecting at all?
It's not a
Nope.
phone call.
Nope.
Right.
Plus they're elf feet, so it's a shorter distance.
All right. Well, Orpheus is right. We need to get out of here soon as possible.
Do you guys want to go back to the...
Do you guys want to discuss where we're going to go after we've left this location in case anybody's listening? No? Just thought.
Do we want to go back to that place from whence we came?
Eventually, yeah, that'd be good. Unless we're gonna go to the new cool place.
Well, I can get us back to the place that shall not be named via arboreal methods.
Arnon, we're gonna go to the place that we came from. If you want to come with us, that'd be real cool.
Yeah, I'm not close enough, man.
Sending
Oh,
stone.
man.
My sending stone to Arnon.
He was sprinting away.
All right, this
no.
should
He
still
forced him
work.
He saw the road, just kept on running.
I'm just gonna, Arnon, we may be leaving from this place, returning to the place we came from before?
Oh, Elric told me you don't actually have to say the words out loud.
Well, I gotta think about it. That didn't count. Doesn't. I'm not saying that. You
imagine if it
should
did,
come
though?
back, please and thank you. Shit.
Just counting on the fingers is like, how many do I got?
It's easier if I just say it out loud. And you can tell me if I missed
that's
anything.
why I
It'd be too
always
late
do
though.
it. Absolutely.
Anyways, so hopefully he'll come back. Did I get anything back?
Maybe come back.
Do growls come through?
I mean, if you consciously want it to, it will count as a word.
Might just
He
get a little
consciously
growl.
says growl.
Growl.
Rumble, rumble, rumble.
No, Arnon is just cooling off. Trying to remember the times that his mind has been controlled. And cooling off before he comes back.
Yeah. Images. Actually, Arden, make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Wisdom
shit.
Saving throw?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, these always go super well. Guys, I might go brain dead in the middle of the forest.
Are you rolling to resist PTSD?
That's exactly
That's
what
a
it is.
10.
So Arnon,
thought.
your furiosity, your furious feelings, Furiosa, your Mad Max. No, you go into your little pull your hood up and slink off into the shadows and go off.
I think Arnon could step on a Mad Max set and just fit it in.
Be just completely fine. He
So
belongs here.
What is that thing going by itself? Where's the horse?
as you this rage-filled blindness as you slink off into the distance, suddenly you're reminded and you have flashes of Stygia and walking through the barren ice caverns to this temple, in frozen temple, and thawing out this creature in the ice. You are reminded of Strahd and how he's infiltrated your mind in the past as well, and these images and visions of all the different times that you yourself have manipulated, and then also images of Gwen eating evidence and Gwen attacking Butch outside of the tents in the war camp, and all of these mental flashes back and forth.
Yeah, because while he's trying to understand that this has happened to him before, at the same time she did the same thing to him while she was that way. He couldn't move, which was a different type of helplessness.
Yeah.
Because he was actually aware of it, and he just needs some alone time.
I need some me time.
Yeah, I need to. My happy place is not here. I don't know where it is.
He actually ran away with tears coming down. It's like, I can't take it.
Haemir kind of steps forward and is like, well, I can send a message to Casil and have him finish packing up the camp and move the soldiers here for the night. I don't believe there will be another attack, but it might be beneficial to at least surround the perimeter with our remaining forces. This will give us all a chance to rest and recuperate, and then whatever.
Why don't we just wait an hour, see if Arnon comes back?
That is also, that is also an option. I just figured you would all, as well as I, would like to be at our full strength before we make our next move. A night's sleep sounds really good right now.
In the background, Orpheus is coughing up blood. Oh, by the way, does anybody other than Arnon know about vampires? Do I need to be worried about this? And he points to where Strahd bit him on the shoulder.
I don't know.
About that.
Elric, do
Butch sprays him with Windex.
Put some Windex on it.
That's
Do
not-
simulacrum vampires affect me?
Yes, the Windex worked.
Calliope looks at you and says, I don't think you have anything to worry about. I mean, you might feel a little weak for the rest of the day, but even if he was a full-fledged vampire, a single bite is... Don't listen to the bedtime stories. A single bite is not not enough to transform you. All it's going to do is drain your strength. If you were depleted of all energy and fell to your death by the bite, that would be a different story. But just a single bite, you really don't have anything to worry about.
Well, Haemir, are there any items of use we should gather up before we depart? Do you have any spare potions in particular laying around?
I'm sorry. No, wait, I'm sorry. Wrong voice. What did you ask again?
Do you have any particular items of use to us that we should gather up before we leave?
We have supplies that the army can pick up, mostly foodstuffs and stuff like that. Most of my supplies, weapons, and armaments have been distributed throughout the remaining army already.
Hey, Nick.
Yes.
We're just trying to think if there are any other nice little hidey holes that are relatively close by that we could hide in that aren't this place.
Go ahead and make me a nature check.
Do you remember all the hiking I've done?
Can I help him
mean, you
since
can-
I grew up here?
Yes, actually, I would say that this would probably be more of a Gwen history check with Butch's assistance.
Sure.
Who
Sounds
knows?
great.
I rescind what I said. I think Butch can handle it on his own.
No, you got it.
Shit.
You're scouring your memory for any hidey holes. Yeah, pretty decent. The 15. Luckily, Gwen spent a lot of time crawling through the dirt. You do kind of recall.
Still dirty. Forever.
I mean, you do kind of recall there is an area that is off in the woods a little bit. It might be a little small now, as it was someplace that you would frequent as a young child. You remember kind of going off past your mushroom garden, out, probably hiking another probably 15-20 minutes till you came across a small creek. Following that creek downstream for another probably half an hour or so, came to a very small, thin waterfall that fell probably about 20 feet or so. And at the base of that waterfall, a few large boulders kind of concealed the entrance to a small little cavern system. Memories of quite often tiny little Gwen with your, at the time, what you thought were your imaginary friends, Bo, kind of meandering and exploring these tunnels. And you remember they were, at the time, felt massive. Like you were on this epic journey exploring these massive caverns underground. You're pretty confident you could find your way there.
I shared that with the group. There's a place about an hour's walk, probably, from here. Little cave system. Might be a space issue, but it's secluded, and I know where it is.
I mean, we have a dwarf, so.
We also have tall people. We have you are tall.
But dwarves can like make dwarves dig good, yes?
Ember, do you dig good?
I did good.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Well, let's go.
We're fine.
Hi-ho, hi-ho.
Rude.
Diggy hole.
There it
And
is.
the dwarf do labor.
Oh my god.
Rude.
I can help.
Diggy hole.
I've got big turtle claws. We can burrow.
Just for that, I think
Fish.
I'll supervise and the human can do the digging.
Wise.
So are you meandering there, or are you staying here for the night?
Let's go. Has Arnon reappeared yet?
It's only
Look
been
around.
like 5 minutes.
Yeah, let's just wait. Let's just wait for an hour and a half, till Arnon decides to reappear.
All right.
Elric's
Can
gonna
we use
find
that as like
the
a short rest?
chair.
Yeah.
DM.
Yeah.
Yes. What's Elric doing?
He's gonna go find a chair. Just sit.
Drink a potion.
No. No.
No.
I would fix the chair, but I exchanged mending because it seemed to be useless for light from a human friend.
Yeah, we're gonna do a short rest.
Fantastic. So you all wait your hour, resting, recovering. Arnon wandering. At what point, if any, do you return?
Well, does my failed check have anything to do with that? I mean, he really just wants to center himself and calm down before he stabs more people.
Fair enough.
Gotta just calm down.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say probably an hour, unless the wisdom save makes
Fantastic.
that longer.
No. So yeah, about an hour returns. You all start feeling a little bit less like you're on death's door as Arnon returns.
You okay, Arnon? Circumstances notwithstanding?
Yeah.
Do you need anything?
No.
Okay. Do you need... Never mind. I'll leave you to it. Gwen was like, do I turn into a Quokka? Or do I leave him alone? Like there was an internal struggle.
How about a capybara?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'll just turn into like a bearded dragon. Like whatever I assume Arnon might like, a bat.
What about a mouse?
Because he's already got a mouse, and I'm not going to try to replace Miss Swiss. Are you out of your goddamn mind?
Okay, that's fair.
He doesn't want to eat
I already considered becoming someone's pet once, and I will never do it again.
That's fair.
Can you turn into a creepy cloaker?
I think that
don't
might
know
be
that
too
I've
high of
ever
a
seen
CR.
one of those before.
Oh,
It also might be too powerful.
might be too awesome.
Debatable.
So,
Debate.
are you all heading towards Gwen's childhood hangout, or are you resting in the house?
Well, for the hour that we're waiting for Arnon to show up, I think we're
Well-
resting in the house.
Arnon's back now, so
Yeah, let's go to the cave.
okay.
That's above board, which is actually saying what
Yeah.
we're doing.
Gwen, roll me a survival check to see, and I'll give you advantage on that because it's your old stomping grounds, to see if you remember your way back.
+9 with advantage. Don't fuck me.
Gil, no.
Nice.
Do I remember?
Yeah, 27, you absolutely remember.
Hell yeah.
You guys get there, and you get there in record time. I mean, you are giddy at the idea of going back there, and you kind of
Guys,
hop
I can't
out.
wait to show you.
You find that stream. You follow the stream. You find the little waterfall, and you all kind of make your way down around down to the bottom. And
Wait, shouldn't we send the dwarf in first to make sure it's safe structurally and all that? Dwarves
Right
know that
there.
kind of thing, right?
you find those two large to a child. Now, to you at your current height, the boulders come to about chin height on you. You kind of like squeeze past one of them, and you find there's this probably 4, maybe 5 foot wide tunnel underneath in the stone, kind of very, very skinny and tall, probably more like 5 foot tall and maybe like 3.5, 4 feet wide, with jagged rocks kind of cutting in and out. But you can look back and you see it goes on for as far as you can see. It actually, your eyesight kind of fades into the darkness there as the tunnel continues past your visible eye line.
Is it just as I remember?
Pretty much, yeah. Just significantly smaller than you remember because you're significantly larger than the last time you were there.
I guess I ask Ember, this is definitely it. Do you want to take a gander? Give it your engineering dwarven what now? Make sure it's not going to collapse as soon as, someone walks in. Other than me.
I mean, is Butch walking in?
Eventually, I'd like him to. Yes.
Seems not that big.
I can crawl. I mean, it's tall. How tall is it?
About 5 feet tall, about 3.5, 4 feet wide.
I'll just pull my head into my shell.
Oh, he's just a headless turtle walking around.
You can hold my hand to make sure I know where I'm going.
Oh my god, is she
How
ever?
tall is Butch with his head up?
Turtle.
I'm 6'5", so that would make me 6 foot, so I'll still have to stoop.
He's just at an angle.
Pull your legs
head
in slightly.
retreated.
Yeah,
Your little
I'll
arms.
just go completely and you can roll me inside.
Oh, I'm not gonna roll you. Just hunker down,
Well-
and then I take his hand and take him inside.
We'll Mario Party you. We'll put butter on the bottom of your shell and just push you.
Do you like butter?
Butter.
Okay,
I think I
Arden,
just-
don't eat Butch.
I think I just get Butch inside the opening where it is secluded, like you get.
But he's
inside
slathered in
behind the
butter and
waterfall.
covered in Parmesan.
Where'd the
And I
Parmesan come from?
Sit him down. I sit him down in the
Oh my god.
in the entrance, out of
Fantastic.
sight from outside of the
Yeah.
cave. But
Arden's over there making turtle soup.
not necessary. No butter needed. Just sit here, Butch. And then I just pop back out, and I'm like,
Wait,
come,
Gwen.
come.
Gwen.
Huh?
This place is sacred. It is part of your childhood. Thank
Yes.
you.
You are very welcome. And I appreciate it that you appreciate it, that you mentioned it. Thank you.
I'm gonna pull my legs in nearly all the way, so just my feet are at the bottom.
Diggy, 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 diggy.
Yep. Pull my head down as low as I can. Still see.
As you all make it into the cave, you walk down this path for probably about 30 to 50 feet before it turns sharply to the left. As it turns, there's one section right there where it gets very, very narrow. And at first, you're not sure if Butch is going to fit through, but using a little bit of physical manipulation by your compatriots, you're able to pop Butch past this this very thin section. Butch, you might have a couple scrapes across your shell after that one, but
Pivot.
yeah,
will.
pivot.
Oh no.
We will
Pivot.
buff those out. Just a note, though, particularly you, Butch, nobody should be going into vertical tunnels. That way, you don't want to get upside down. So just stay together, please.
You continue walking for
Thank you.
probably another 10 minutes before the tunnel widens out and you find yourself in this underground cavern. This probably still not huge, but decent size, probably about 30 foot, roughly 30 foot diameter, not perfect circle, but kind of oblong. A few stalactites from the ceiling, a few stalagmites around the edge, but mostly a thin layer of dust and dirt on the ground. There is one opening above, probably only a few inches, probably about maybe 5 inches wide. And you see this singular stream thread of silver moonlight coming down, illuminating almost a spotlight in the center of this room. Everyone make me either a perception or investigation check as you look around this room.
I'm gonna cast light on my own shield,
Fantastic.
especially for Orpheus.
Dirty 20.
While
And
she's
Orpheus.
oh, good.
Who got
I
a
was just
one?
gonna say, Orpheus, I can cast light in your shield too if you want.
Oh my
got
god,
a
Foundry, freaking catch up here. All right, 20 with Arnon with a 20, Elric with a 28, Butch with a 17, Ember with a 6.
It's a natural one.
Natural one.
My head got really
Yeah.
hurt while I died a few times.
Gwen with a 21 and Orpheus with a 12. As you walk around, you notice in this thin layer of dirt and dust on top of this hard pat earth, you're walking around and you do notice like some small animal skulls situated throughout this this cavern. Small birds and possibly like squirrels or some other small little critters. Then Elric, as you're looking around, you look behind one of the stalactites and you find this very roughly formed out of hay-filled cloth and twine. This almost, for lack of a better term, almost voodoo doll-esque tiny little doll that has a small little, like what appears to be the skull of a chipmunk placed for the head. And then on top of it was formed out of some kind of clay, almost like a mushroom cap, almost hat on top of the skull.
This explains so much.
Do you show that you found that? I also assume that
Absolutely
I recognize. Oh no! I assume that I recognize all of this.
You
Already.
do, absolutely.
Right, okay.
You recognize
It's mine.
yeah, absolutely it is. This is
did
shit.
that.
This is shit that you collected when you were a kid, and you stored this as this was almost like your safe. This was your little aerial treasure cove of like your doodads and fucking dingle hoppers and shit.
Oh, come on, give us the technical terms.
Yeah. But yeah, you find, and you notice that this little doll that you find has a thick layer of dust on it. And the body, the cloth, or almost like burlap that it was made out of, plenty of signs of like dry rot over time from being down here, left alone for so long, for close to 100 years.
I'm just going through, trying to like dust some of it, and like as I'm going through, I'm also druid crafting some like, they're not really providing any light, but just like faintly glowing moss and mushrooms around the place to make it feel more like I remember it feeling.
Bioluminescent moss, like bioluminescent hanging strands appear from some of the ceiling, and some of the ground starts getting coated in this almost like turquoisey blue moss and growth.
Make your spot. Hold on. I'm very excited you guys are here. Make yourselves at home. In my home away from home.
Orpheus points at the dead raccoon skull with the mushroom on its head. That one of yours?
Is it the voodoo doll?
No,
Or not the
yeah, or Elric has that, and he hasn't shown anyone yet.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
Yep. Nope. I find it. I take a look at it, and then I put it right back.
So I guess Orpheus could find it, or I can get it.
Gwen, you rolled a 21, so I would say after he puts it back, probably a good 5 minutes later, while you're going around druid crafting things, you see this the doll sitting behind one of the stalagmites.
Look at this is Rusty. This isn't Rusty. This is, whatever. But it's Rusty. I'm showing it to Orpheus right now.
I used to know a kid at the orphanage, a serial killer.
I'm sorry, what?
Trust my friends, And Orpheus just walks away.
Yeah, I'm gonna like stuff the raccoon like in my pocket, the little baby raccoon, so she can't hear it right now.
Don't let her look. Don't let her look.
I put my little doll in my bag. I say okay.
Which is going to be scouring the walls, kind of looking for any markings from Clan Anaconda, any sign that they may have ventured here, since they do like to mark the walls.
With a 17, you don't notice any markings that you recognize. You notice quite a few drawings that were done in what you can assume was either some rudimentarily made paint or charcoal.
I hear that clan didn't want to have anything to do with people unless they have buns.
God damn.
You see drawings that clearly were done by a small child. Pictures of trees and mushrooms and little mushrooms with feet and arms. And what else would be drawn on the walls, Gwen?
Lots of be like a crescent moon, but then it's like smudged really bad, and then it's just like clouds. Like, she was thinking about it. She was gonna lean into it, and she's like, "No, not here." Makes clouds instead. And then
That's where you had restraint.
and you'll see like little blob mushrooms with legs, and then you'll see tall lanky mushrooms with legs, and it's her drawing her imaginary friends, quote unquote. Lots of like this is very early on, stick figures of like an angry dad. And, like a proud dad and then a sad dad, and it's like just her imagining all the emotions Haemir wasn't showing.
They're the same dad.
She realizes that now.
It's the same
And
picture.
Gwen, one thing that you notice that you hadn't noticed before, or you don't remember, there's one other drawing there, and it takes you a little bit before you see it, because you do, at first you think it's just another one of the many emotions of Haemir drawings, before you realize that there's another tall stick figure, only this one has long hair that you've found some sort of, you must have dug up some kind of brownish red clay and kind of dyed and smudged. You can see the more or less it looks like two thumbprint lines of smudged reddish brown for the hair.
I just kind of bring Butch over and just
Elric faints.
I don't
God damn it. I just got here. I don't faint because I don't look.
saw the doll, put it away, looked at nothing else.
That's my trauma.
I just pull Butch over and I just kind of gesture towards the art. I don't really say anything because I don't know that Gwen knows what to say at this point, but knows or hopes Butch will understand what it is.
Yeah.
Don't tell Elric.
From like a dream.
Did you say that I found a depiction of her? Or where did you say one way or another?
Well, do you remember the whole modify memory thing from Haemir?
No, she doesn't.
Ooh.
No, she had that conversation with Haemir, and he told her all about it. How okay, so you didn't realize this because you weren't there, but Gwen's hell loop was watching her mother being killed by a mind flayer in her room, and
over and over.
yes, and Haemir basically confirmed to you that actually happened, but you begged him to remove it from your head when you were a kid because it was traumatizing you and you couldn't sleep. So he performed basically a modified memory spell on you. But then after that, before that, because she apparently would come visit you randomly without Haemir realizing it. And then at one
Did I-
point, the Shanian army, thinking she was a deserter, sent a mind flayer to eat her brain.
Stunning.
Joke's on them. We don't have them.
So did he modify out her coming to see Gwen,
Yes.
or just that? Okay.
Yes, but you now know that because he told you all about it now. So
So these
Right, but-
drawings could have happened prior to
correct.
that.
Yes.
But doesn't but those the effect of the modified memory was nullified after she died and was brought back, or was it
Yes,
the greater restoration spell?
One or the other. You're not quite sure,
Okay.
but yeah, it is. That memory is present for you again.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely don't say anything though. Especially now. Just kind of like you get it, and then a gesture to say, check it out.
Hug?
Mm-hmm.
Hug.
Big turtle hug. Turtle hug.
So, is there anything else it's now getting late. It's probably close to midnight, 1 a.m. Is there anything else you would all like to accomplish before you bed down for the night?
Let's have some rations
Fantastic.
with mushrooms.
I'm so
Can you-
tired. I can't eat. I think I'm just gonna head to
Sleep.
some corner of this tunnel.
As a person that rolled death saves 4 times, I'm just gonna go ahead and sleep immediately.
Before
I'm still
Orpheus
walking with a
goes to
little
sleep.
bounce from my yo-yo maneuver.
More bounce to the air.
Truly the
I
yo-yo.
look like I'm in an Ice
I'm
Cube
gonna-
video.
Are you gonna set up an alarm spell? Is that what you're doing?
That's one of the things I'm doing. So I'm going to set up the alarm spell at the entrance of this little hidey hole. And I am then, before Orpheus goes to sleep, with that arcane recovery, I got a 5th level spell slot back. I'm going to finally re-enchant the spell storing ring with Steel Wind Strike.
Thanks.
Fantastic. All right. As you all bed down for the night, I'm assuming you take your watches. That's fine. That's good. We'll get to that later. But Orpheus, as you fall
So good.
as you fall asleep, you lie there, hurting, sore,
Hungering for the taste of blood.
hungering for the
God
taste of
damn
blood.
Don't do it.
Staring up at the ceiling in this cavern, and your blinks getting heavier and heavier, longer and longer, until one time you're looking up at the ceiling, you blink, and as you open your eyes back up, you find yourself in a room, a stone room. Two large windows towering to your left. Stone floors, stone walls, ceilings probably 15 feet high, a storm raging outside. Lightning crashes and illuminates the room. Shattered glass at your feet. Another bolt of lightning illuminates frames, mirror frames with pieces of glass hanging from them. And you look and you see shattered mirrors throughout. And we will pick up with that right after we come back from break because it's already 10 o'clock. So give us like 10 minutes and we will be right back. And we are mostly back.
And that's why I hate everyone named Nick.
Shut the fuck up.
God. Every time.
Unfortunately, Sam had to drop her. She's not feeling so hot. So, feel better, Sam, and we will see you next week. She did threaten all of you that you better take good care of her cave, though. So,
Phrasing.
Indeed. Orpheus.
Oh my gosh, you humans, you elves.
Orpheus. You find yourself standing once again in Ravenloft. As the lightning crashes and you're surrounded by the broken bits of mirror, the shattered mirror frames adorning the walls. Looking left and right over all of these as the lightning crashes again and the outline of a figure appears in front of you. You see Strahd standing 20 feet, 10 feet in front of you. Are you doing anything? Are you saying anything?
Is this vision, dream I'm in control of myself?
You feel like you're in control, yes.
What do you want, Strahd?
Having plenty of fun. Quite a bit of enjoyment watching you and your friends tool around with toys.
Well, if I recall,
OnlyFans?
you were a toy not too long ago in the Feywild. Leave a little miniature in a bottle.
I mean, if that's how you want to look at it, yes. Toy or insurance policy, that clearly paid off.
For now.
For now, indeed. Now I find myself out of my prison, out of Barovia, out of the Shadowfell, and currently lording over what was once the capital city of your nation, which clearly is no longer even a blip on the map. So I'd say it worked out fairly well for me. The question is, where do you think this is going to end for you and your group?
Orpheus just kind of stares him down. His mind's kind of all over the place, thinking about the possibilities, the situation he's currently in.
Clearly you have demonstrated that you are all very capable on the battlefield. However, what you have faced so far is nothing in comparison to what you'll face coming up. While you are gone, Titivulus's armies took over your country with ease. And to say that you were the epitome of the fighting force of Kantakaria would be a bit of a stretch. The forces are amassing now to finally wipe you off this final bit of resistance off the map. So, again I ask, what exactly do you see happening here, and what exactly do you see yourself getting out of this? You're standing on the precipice of a very major decision that you need to make. Your army is destroyed. Your country is gone. Your emperor slain. His bloodline broken. You have no forces. You have no soldiers. You have no supplies. Why do you continue to fight?
I don't fight for things that exist today, now, and are persistent. I fight for the memory of my allies, for what Tivolis did to me and my men. You may not understand that, being the lone, power-hungry creature you are. But it's a purpose that I won't break from.
Resolve.
What I wonder for you, Strahd, is what's your end game when Tivolis brings all the realms together and draws the ire of all of the Celestials? What will you do then?
It must get lonely being that high and mighty and thinking that your calling is that of such benevolence and grace. However, you ask what my plan is. Trust me, I have been dealing with the Celestials, the Fae, the Undead, the Fiends, since far before you were even an idea in your ancestors' bloodlines. I understand the long game. It is not about the next move. It is about 10 moves after that. Yes, Tivolis may draw the ire of some Celestials, but my place is not one of such ambition to the point where his grand design will fall back onto me. I have much more basic desires. I do not care about the other planes. I do not care about the Celestials and the war between Tivolis and the other demons and devils. I got what I wanted, which was freedom. Now, my path is endless. I can continue my lordship here over Rockriot. I can move on from this place to another continent, another country. Perhaps take my forces to another corner of this land. Someplace away from Tivolis and his forces once they draw the ire. It's all kind of up in the air at this point. I have a lot of options that I'm kind of weighing back and forth.
What do you want from me, Strahd? You know who I am, you know what I am, you know what motivates me. What do you want?
I do. Which is why I sent the simulacrums to speak with you yesterday. But unfortunately, your friend had a little bit of a different idea in mind. Tivolis was a means to an end. To align with him at the given time was beneficial for me and my forces, for it broke our chains that held us to Barovia, which I do have you to thank for that. It was, in a way, because of you and your friends, my defeat at your hands, if you will, and which allowed me to be reincarnated on another plane, breaking that hold. So, in a way, I do have you to thank. And because of that, I am a man of honor. I am a man of my word. And because of that, I would like to offer you information. I had a feeling you all would not take me at my word, which is why I did not come myself, yet sent the simulacrum in my stead.
Howard.
You are not there. However,
it's a bat up in the ceiling.
My allegiance temporarily does lie with Titivolis. However, as I stated, it was a partnership of need, not necessarily of want. I can tell you that his forces are amassing. The dragon is on the move, and Titivolis has himself a new general. One I believe that you are all intimately familiar with and acquainted with.
Vigo?
Do I need to roll an insight check to know what that he's referring to?
You can if you want.
Let's do it.
Can I reach into Orpheus's dream and smack this guy?
No.
Shit.
That's how we got
I
messed
gain
up
a lot
in
of
the first
insight
place.
from a 7.
You don't.
Killed
Yeah, I mean, you still are pretty sure of who he's talking about. You're just... It's kind of hard to read how truthful he's being. A battle is coming. One of a scale you could not possibly imagine. His forces are all but set. And all you need to do is ask, and I will tell you where you will meet your fate.
What do you want in return?
You said it yourself. I am in a position where, no matter what happens, it will not look good for me. If Titivolis wins, then he will, as you said, gain the ire of the Celestials and beings much more powerful than you. And as one of his top instruments of this victory, that ire will then, in turn, fall on me.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Unless, of course, I am not there. However, if you were to say, address this problem directly, and perhaps finish the job that you were sent out to do in the first place by demolishing his ranks one by one and then taking him out, perhaps the world would ignore or forget about me.
What guarantee do I have that you're telling the truth?
None, really. This is a decision you will have to make whether or not I pose the bigger threat than Titivolis.
Well, I can make that decision for the team, for the general, for anybody. But I'll pass along your message.
I would just make a move quickly because time is not on your side. This weapon of his, this beast, this dragon, is about to be put in a position to cause more devastation than you could possibly imagine, while simultaneously raising more forces in his army. It possesses the ability to merely breathe on crowds of people, turning them into his servants.
It's COVID.
Blackwater.
Blackwater's COVID.
That's what it was. That was its
Just
name once, yes.
Just stay 6 feet away from him.
It is something completely different now. The dragon that was Blackwater is only a vessel for this parasite that has attached itself to it.
And assuming we're successful, what will you do once you find your little corner of the world to occupy?
Well, that is my business, but perhaps as long as I am left alone, perhaps it is time for me to fade into obscurity.
Apart from the occasional garden party.
So, with that, enjoy your respite, hero. I promise you I will not come for you, however. If you do decide that I am as big, if not a larger threat than Titivolis, then the next time we meet I shall... Then the next time we meet, I shall ensure you understand the true meaning of despair. And with that, your vision flashes and you are back in the cave.
This is still the middle of the night.
It is, yes.
Okay. Orpheus will keep it to himself and go back to sleep until morning.
Easy enough. And as you all...
Wait, who's actually snoring?
Well...
Someone's got to be gently snoring.
That seems like a
God,
butch
I'm
move.
so tired. I'm not gently snoring. I'm snoring so loud. It's vibrating in all of your dreams.
There you go.
The very ground itself shakes.
The
I had a
little
dream about
stalactites are like, ah!
cheap motel beds for some reason.
Oh my god.
Of course you did.
I had a dream you held up a hat. Oh. Making Arnon great again or something?
Oh, no. We're not going back there.
Yeah, it was making Arnon grin again.
Oh, yeah, that seems more likely.
Okay, that never changed. Let's be real.
Grimace? Grimace again?
So, as you all continue resting, with no issues, taking your respective watches, the morning comes, that beam of silver moonlight slowly transforming into a golden hue. The center of this cavern floor turning from silver to gold to yellow. As you all come to consciousness at your own time, finding yourself still in the safety of this cave. The day is yours. What would you like to do?
I'd like to know if Radiant's damage generates heat.
Not typically, no.
Okay. Can I use Sacred Flame to cook breakfast
I mean,
without smoke?
Fireball.
Like a smokeless fire?
you know what?
No, it
Never
only
gonna
works
live
on a
with fireball
creature? I
down.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work on objects.
Boo.
As everybody's getting ready for the day, and probably eating rations or breakfast or whatever, I kind of gather everybody around. Like, I need to talk to everybody. I had a visitor in my dreams last night. Arnon, you're not gonna like this. It was Strahd.
Pull out
Thank
my
you.
sword. No, just kidding.
Keep it in your pants.
Do we still have the talking sword thing?
It's in the bag.
Okay. That's good.
He seems to be interested in some kind of common understanding between our two groups. He knows what's potentially at risk if Titivolus succeeds, and he wants to avoid it altogether. In exchange, he wants to give us some information as to help our success and prevent Titivolus from drawing the ire of the Celestials upon himself. Of course, we can't ever really trust what Strahd says, but
Nope. He killed Bart.
he seemed to imply that Red is now employed as an additional general. Can't say that for certain. And that the most dire situation we're about to deal with is Blackwater. Titivolus is planning something with Blackwater. Something devastating. Strahd suggested we focus on that first, but again, it may be a trap.
Sorry. Did he tell us anything new?
Not particularly.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's wise, but he seems to be content with having his freedom and going somewhere in obscurity to enjoy the rest of his days now that he's not trapped in the Shadowfell.
Can
He
I
did say that the Emperor had been slain and that he had taken over the capital. So, again, could be lies. Could be deception.
Can I cast commune?
Okay.
There's some components for that.
Yeah.
It says incense in a vial of holy or unholy water.
Sure.
We assume I have that.
Yeah.
Well,
if
holy
not,
water
Butch,
is a. If
it
not,
says
I can.
holy or unholy, right?
Yeah.
Shit.
It could be any water.
Yeah.
Unless it has a
water.
specific value that is consumed, she can use a spell focus for it.
Exactly.
Yes, but holy water has a gold piece value.
But
Is it
it doesn't
consumed
it doesn't
Or
it doesn't
unholy.
have
It
to
doesn't
be
need
holy water. It says holy or unholy water. Or wait,
It,
Yeah, those are
it could be
both.
toilet
Yeah.
water.
no, unholy is the opposite of holy water. It's still blessed water. I misunderstood what you're saying.
It's not like water.
It's
like from
no,
the toilet,
it's evil holy water.
like Rondo.
But unless it's consumed, you can use your focus instead.
But holy water does have a value. But Butch, I believe Butch had some holy water, didn't you?
Yeah, I used it to cast commune. Is it not consumed? Because if that's the case, I still have it.
Does it say it's consumed?
It does.
If
No,
it
no,
does,
I'm
it
not-
says
I don't have
which
the
is
spell.
consumed by the spell in the text.
I'm looking right now. It is not consumed. It does not say it's consumed.
Nice. I can hand you a vial of holy water.
Do you
can-
want to commune or shall I? I think somebody shall.
You guys both could.
I mean, I have it prepared.
I'd same.
Remember, it's commune, commune, give.
Puff pass?
Yeah.
I've never been to a commune without puff passing going on.
That's fair. I don't know how the dwarves do it.
Yeah,
Don't
one of
drink the
you
holy water.
cast commune and the other cast commune.
All right, so you're casting commune.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast hostile.
All right, so as you cast this, and
Oh, I forgot to do my long rest. Hold on.
that's fine. As you attempt to commune with your deity, what are the 3 questions you are asking?
Youth
I
hostile.
think the most important question that we need to ask is, can we trust the motives of Strahd in relation to us?
Now comes the question: how knowledgeable would Morden be on Strahd?
Super. He's like watching over us.
He's super knowledgeable about Strahd. It's his pet hobby. Just scrying on Strahd.
Absolutely, because
This is
one
trash
thing.
TV.
One thing you do have to realize is that the gods in D&D, specifically in this world, they're not omniscient, so there is shit that they don't know.
Not Moradin though.
Immediately rebuffed.
So you ask, can Strahd be trusted?
I didn't ask that. I asked,
No?
can we trust his motives in relation to us with the information that we just got? Obviously, in real life, IRL, like overall, he cannot be trusted. That's not
Right.
Okay.
So your communion with Morden, being this dwarven god, the god of the forge,
Got a battle at
the answers come through to you almost as the ringing of an anvil, or the ringing of a hammer on an anvil, as these sounds. And as somebody who frequents with migraines and sharp stinging pains in their head, Ember is almost pained by this. Not enough to take damage, but enough to be uncomfortable anytime. There's a definite give and take when it comes to the communion. Just enough to almost test your faith without harming you. But as you ask that question, you hear in your head rings with this loud clang of metal on metal with a resounding negative feeling.
Fair enough. We've got 2 more questions. Is it accurate that we will have to face our former party member Rhett as an enemy?
There's no answer, as the question, as
Since you receive a correct answer for each question.
yeah, but it also read more of it. It also says if
No.
divine beings aren't necessarily omniscient, so you might receive unclear as an answer if the question pertains to information that lies beyond your deity's knowledge. And you, with that non-answer, you're reminded that the future is always fluid. Nothing is set. The path is not laid in stone until you walk it. So it is a possibility. It's also a possibility that it could not come to fruition.
You guys have any other yes or no questions?
Jesus
Silent.
You might ask him how open the dwarves would be to raising their armies to fight against the ever-growing armies of the mind flayers. And I mean, I don't even know if the dwarves have waged war against the Empire of Shan, or if they've remained safely within the mountains. So I don't really know the politics of the dwarves.
Okay, so I guess our third question is going to be, is it likely that the dwarves as a whole would join us as allies in our battle against the tit guy?
Against the tit guy?
Fucking tit guy.
It starts with tit.
Tit devil is the tit guy.
That guy.
Another...
Boob guy.
God damn it. Another crash on the anvil. This time lighter, a brighter sound.
With a
more
WTF feeling.
Yeah. A more, God damn it, a more positive ring.
That's my 3 questions.
Those are your 3 questions.
It sounds like yes, Butch.
Good. That's good.
Does anybody have ice for my head now?
Elric, can you make ice?
No, but I can apparently
exactly.
I can apparently make some like 80s rock ballads play in your background there.
Sorry.
Better than some of the stuff you play.
It's Bon Jovi playing in the background there.
Hope I don't get hit for
Hey
that.
guys, I feel like we're halfway there.
We're living on a prayer.
Yeah, if you need any prayer, I've got plenty.
Literally what we did. Ice. You want?
Ice, baby.
I'm gonna
Unless you got some
find the
Motrin.
cloth and like cast Ray of
Motrin
Frost on
Morgan
it.
has to
There
be
you go.
Tylenol.
I freeze a cloth and hand it over.
Thank you.
I'm also going to do a different contingency.
Okay.
This time, I'm going to have the contingent spell False Life at 5th level.
And what is your trigger for that?
My trigger for that is when I cast shield.
Okay. Love it. So, as you all kind of converse inside Gwen's secret cave,
Phrasing.
Her hidey hole.
I don't think that makes it better.
That's a tight entrance.
How many men
Not that
can
tight.
fit in her hidey hole?
This is only getting worse. This is only getting worse as time goes on.
Apparently 4 men and 1 woman. Anyway.
Well, and a turtle.
If you would
It's a
like to
pretty
send
big
your
hidey hole.
lewd hidey hole art,
No.
please email Emery at
No.
vids.com.
Isn't it
Yes.
1 man, 3 elves, and a dwarf and a turtle?
Semantics. It's purely semantics at this
Anyway, moving on.
There's a cup in there too.
To be fair, the turtle did scrape the edges.
We need to come up with a plan for our next move, everyone.
All right. Since we're going to have to deal with dragon, maybe we should appeal to the celestial dragons. I know I'm celestial focused. I apologize. It's just very powerful and stuff.
Butch has got celestial in the brain.
There's
You're not
one
wrong.
concern with that.
He's got celestial on the hamster in a wheel.
My singular concern with getting other dragons involved, celestial or otherwise, is that Brain has already claimed one.
Okay.
If that Brain
What do you
can
think it would
claim
take-
that dragon, what's to say that Brain doesn't jump from that one and move to another?
Well, I think we've already always known we have to kill the brain, so
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying
Do you
is,
think-
I think we might want to limit dragon involvement.
Yeah, but bringing any kind of forces on the battlefield against it, it's going to just increase their numbers.
So, shouldn't we have more powerful individuals? I mean,
Individuals, sure.
maybe there's
Individuals that walk
Right.
and talk and aren't flying dragons. The one thing that I can think of that would be worse than one spraying breath full of mind flayer parasites would be 2 spraying breaths full of mind flayer parasites.
well, 3 would be worse.
You are proving my point.
Also, 4.
Thank you for proving that you can, in fact, do
Okay.
math.
He's just trying to make Arnon grippy again.
maybe we can find someone who can unmind flare the dragon.
Spray Windex on it.
Nick, is Palor part of the Pantheon?
Yes.
I know he's a god of healing.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Yes?
Yes.
Is there a check that I
Do I
can
know-
roll to see the likelihood of being unmind flared?
You can do a history check to see if you've ever heard of anyone being unmind flared.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Unalived.
I mean, I'm assuming it would take the power of a deity, but
With a
24.
with a 24, you are pretty confident that you've never heard of anyone unceramorphizing.
I got better.
Turn me
So-
into a newt.
Ceramorphosis already isn't a perfect process. When it does complete, it's permanent. Unless we have
Okay,
the
all right.
power to cast a wish, I don't think it's going to happen.
No take backsies.
Depending on how wish works, there might be a take back.
So how the heck do we kill the dark water?
Can we triple stab it?
I think we've been over the triple stamp. Once it's
We've
double
been over
stamped,
the
it's
triple
double
stamp
stamped.
3 times.
Oh my god.
Is there any way we could possibly trap it?
I mean, we could, in theory, banish it, but I don't think that's permanent.
It's 1 minute.
DM, can
We've
I
got the
roll?
hole. I don't think it'll fit through the hole.
Can I roll a history
That's what she
check
said.
to see or to confirm whether or not I might know, perhaps, or be connected to the one person in the Underdark that might be able to tell us how to stop that thing?
Wait, so I'm sorry. What exactly are you trying to check? I'm not following you.
Okay, so this dark water
Yes.
got the Elderbrain, and the Mind Flayers coming from the Underdark.
Right.
Would I have an inkling as to the right person to, or is my family possibly powerful and or connected enough, or at least as far as I know from before the time I left when I was like 15?
Sure. Go ahead and make a history check for me again. With a 16, the only thing that comes to mind is the fact that your recent trip through the Underdark and through Menzoberranzan specifically, you saw your family, your father, and your brother literally walking with Illithid, sharing a city with the Illithid and the Duragar.
And escape did mean going through a lot of Illithid on the way out.
It did. And with that, you can be pretty confident that your family's not going to be any help to you, as they seem to be fully entrenched with the Mind Flayers.
Often with family, there could be the opposite of help.
Right.
Okay.
Make you
Alric.
feel unheard.
Fuck off.
Silence your voice.
Maybe this is a question I could ask Cindy and Moonbow, but I'm going to ask you first, Eric, because you're the smartest elf in the room. Orpheus, you might know the answer to this. I don't know much about
Ceremosis.
Simulacrum.
Right.
Wrong spell.
So if I have this correct, the Mind Flayer thing puts a Mind Flayer proto thing into the person or dragon or whatever, and it changes them, right? Okay, tadpole.
Yes. It does
Is that
change them.
tadpole native to the material plane or the astral plane? Or the ethereal plane, or whatever plane Mind Flayers come from? Because if it transforms the creature, like, does the creature metamorphose into a Mind Flayer? Like, my question is, do you think it's possible that it changes that the native plane of that creature has now changed from the material plane to the astral plane, because it is no longer of this earth, it is something else, it is Mind Flayer? Because if that's the case, the banish spell would remove them from the material plane.
DM, what check would I make to see if I remember that?
My guess he's going to say F around and find out.
Yeah, that's going to be a fuck around and find out check. You can attempt history again, but I will tell you that this is not something that you would have ever really come into contact with. So it's going to basically be
high DC.
Yeah, like astronomically high DC to see if you'd know anything about this. Yeah, 12's not high enough. You have no idea.
In theory,
that's pretty good.
If we can get to someone who's been ceramorphosized, thank you, and I cast banishment on them, if they stay banished, then we'll know if the banish spell will work on the dragon that was once Darkwater.
That does seem as though learning whether or not that's the case definitely involves an encounter.
Well,
I mean, Butch, it's worth a shot if you want to have it prepared.
You should just have banish prepared.
Anything that can potentially save us a battle with that thing.
Well, I mean, yeah, Darkwater was already a battle that was going to be over before it began. Maybe not now that we're as powerful as we are, but I'll try to make sure I'll make sure I have it prepared.
In any case, if what Strahd said is true, they're planning something using Darkwater. And it's coming soon. Seeing how Kantakaria is basically completely conquered at this point, can only think that Mesh is going to be next.
I wonder if Sending Moonbow might have a vision of the future that she could grant me so that we might know the location so that we could evacuate it. I don't know.
I think one of the questions should be, if you're going to ask, just to go by process of elimination, is the dragon Darkwater currently in the territory of Shan?
I think we should also probably ask, if you're asking, maybe if the opposing forces know about the cave hatchery hidey hole where all the people are now setting up.
I mean,
if they know about that place, that's going to be the obvious slaughterhouse.
in the territory of Shan. Okay. I mean, probably.
It's in the territory of Shan. That's a lot of enemy territory to have to search through.
Do you mean in the territory that used to be Kantakaria? Or do you mean the kingdom of Shan?
I'm pretty sure both of those things are the same thing at this point.
Yes, which is why I'm suggesting we ask about one or the other.
I would suggest asking about one first, then the other. How many questions do you get?
Just the three.
Let's give me your questions 3.
Is someone
Ceramorphosis.
Someone who's undergone ceramorphosis? What are they called?
Mind Flayer.
Mind flare.
Right, but
If
there are
you're
mind
looking for
flayers
the-
that were not the products of ceramorphosis.
If you're looking for
I
the
think they
past
all are.
term, the past tense term, I'm sure would be ceramorphosed.
Yeah, and you, especially Elric and probably Arnon at this point, why won't my camera focus? Would realize and know that yes, mind flayers do not reproduce as normal creatures do. The only way they reproduce is through ceramorphosis. So all mind flayers once went through ceramorphosis.
Okay.
You see, when one mind flayer loves another mind flayer, they get together and they throw a tadpole in somebody's eye, and then they wait a little bit, and then they're a family.
What plane do mind flayers come from?
Originally the
I'm asking.
I think it's the astral
No.
plane.
yeah.
I'm asking in character.
It's the asshole plane.
It's
Thanks, Arnon.
yeah, thank you, Arn.
That's Arnon's hometown.
So he would know.
Yep.
Originally, it, most likely the astral plane, though changing native planes, while unlikely, might be possible.
Okay.
And that's assuming it goes off of the parasite, not the host body.
Sure. Arnon, was there anything you wanted to ask Cindy Mumbo?
What's your favorite pizza topping?
Okay, let's.
It's gotta be yes or no.
Oh,
Is it yes or no?
Say, is your favorite pizza topping me?
That could take a while. It's not anchovies.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I can't do that question, Arnon.
That's
Okay.
that's a yes or no.
That's open ended.
Yeah, it is a loaded question.
Oh goodness.
Like the pizza toppings.
Actually, I
Or
was
baked potato.
thinking about baked potatoes. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Butch?
All right. Okay, I will commune.
On the commune.
Yep. Oh, I should actually officially do my long rest. Because I did that thing.
That'd be nice. I still only have 25 hit points.
Jesus Christ.
Because I went walking in the woods.
All right. Butch lays out his incense. Maybe I should do this outside. No, it's probably fine. And I've got the holy water here. And closes his eyes and uses his
thaumaturgy to summon up the symbols of the moon that help him focus. And then we'll cast Commune.
Fantastic.
And ask these questions 3.
I feel like I can hear your goddess talking already.
Yeah. What are your what's your first question?
Mystic Seer, please apologize. I apologize for this intrusion. But your humble servant Butch would like to know if the dragon, formerly known as Darkwater, is in the territory of Shan at this moment.
Your communion with the lunar lady, the goddess of the moon, comes slightly more peaceful than Ember's with Morden.
Again, rude.
As yours is more visual confirmation. An image of the moon appearing in a blackened, veiled sky. As you ask about Darkwater being in Shan, the moon fills to a bright, full, perfect circle.
That's a yes, guys. Mystic Seer, are all mind flayers native to the astral plane?
The moon, in almost one swift motion, dims into the point where all you can see is a small silhouette, a darkened silhouette of the moon.
I take that as a no.
Yes.
How about no? You crazy turtle bastard.
Oh, crap. What was the third question, guys?
Pizza toppings.
Are you serious?
If they know about the other place. If the top secret Patchy Cave has been discovered.
Those are the caverns under. What's in my notes? Caverns under. Okay. Mystic Seer,
Why don't you ask her if there's any more point to this?
do you know or have our enemies discovered the secret caverns where General Calliope von Duran will be hiding what remains of our troops?
The moon stays dark.
So far, it looks like no, but that may just be because none of them have dreamed about it yet.
Does that comment from Arnon mean that he's ready to give up and join forces with evil? Did you say, is there any point to this anymore?
Yeah.
That might be less wanting to defect and more nihilism.
More like, let's find a beach somewhere and
Just wait for this whole thing to blow over.
Lunar Lady, I thank you. I remain your humble servant.
I mean, we seem to be spending our time going around and getting allies, and none of us are really good at talking.
Hey, I
And
do all right.
All
have
that killing
managed
that we
to-
did, or all those fucking places that we went, it was for nothing.
It's very frustrating.
We're like worse off than when we started.
We've secured one ally.
2.
Boy, they're
Two
not even
allies.
we're fighting for a place that isn't even a place anymore, and none of us are really from there.
She doesn't even go here.
Well, I'm fighting for the material plane at this point.
Yeah, Orpheus would be the only one from your group that's actually from Kantakaria.
I mean, to be honest,
Are you?
Kantakaria was never what I was fighting for.
Arnon, are you?
I'm getting sick of this shit. Does that answer your question?
Arnon, are you with us?
I don't know.
This is bigger than the nation that we were originally fighting for. This is bigger than our plane. I understand that you feel like the progress has been little to seemingly non-existent, but the progress is
The
there.
progress has been backwards, not little to seemingly non-existent. It's been existent, but in the wrong direction. How long are we going to go around and talk to people who don't want to hear from us?
They
Is it
don't want to
us,
hear
or
from
is
us
it
because
just you.
I don't see any of you guys make good, buddy. Hell, the one person that was good at talking, Rhett used it to piss everybody off that she talked to.
I feel we did pretty well with Melora. I feel we did really well with the Jarl and his folk.
But we had to fight a kraken in order to talk to them.
Yeah, I mean, basically had to solve their country's biggest problem to get a chance for them to come in this. And then we went to talk to gods, and we come back here, and our fucking leadership is under some type of spell, and we almost all died. I mean, honestly,
death was always a possibility.
Right now, we're like those natural death throes.
Death is an inevitability. It is our time here. Now we make use of it. I exist to serve my goddess, and I work to save the material plane. I mean, perhaps you'd rather spend your time finding a different plane to live on, but if all the planes are going to be crashing into each other, I mean, this level of calamity. I think we need to make more people aware of the fact that it's coming and that it can be stopped.
how are we supposed to stop gods when gods won't even help us? We're literally talking about fighting gods.
And we have gained allies of Melora. And
We're
I
not
feel that
fighting gods, we're fighting devils and
Mind
demons.
flayers.
There's a difference.
Isn't Asmodeus and his cohorts just fallen gods? Gods on the other side?
Well, Asmodeus may have elevated himself to the power of a god, but I don't think anyone below him is a deity. There are evil gods.
I've never been a fan of gods manipulating me anyway. With
Yeah,
that
what are we going to
Orpheus
do about it? God, one of these gods, even not even a god, a fucking vampire talks to us and we can't move and we're on its side.
I'm sorry I wasn't here, Arnon. I truly am. But I am here now.
Along with my 90s hip hop.
This is the Salt and Pepper's here.
You want to know what they are, Arnon? As far as... God damn it, no.
Okay, sorry. I literally thought that was a salt and pepper joke. Follow up. Okay.
Those demons and devils and greater archdevils and fallen evil gods, whatever they are. You want to know what they are? They are targets to be removed should they
I
get in our way.
dedicated my life to fighting them. I'm a blood hunter. I know all about dedicating your life to fighting devils and fiends and fae. What's the fucking point now? We're fighting gods, and we got no help.
Oh, we're getting help. We can get more help.
If you don't see the point, Arnon, I don't think there's much we can say to dissuade you.
Arnon, we need you. You
Why?
are this.
The next fight, I could just end up stabbing you.
No, maybe. But I wouldn't see
Maybe.
it
It's
coming.
happened before.
You are the sneakiest person I know. You are a ruthless, efficient killer. And we need that. We need you to help us save creation. I mean, if Butch's player had a better memory, he would remind you of all the times you've saved our butts.
Where are we right now?
You're still in Gwen's cave.
Don't say it.
Oh, the hiding.
And no one has chimed in from the peanut gallery.
You guys are the only ones there. You and Gwen.
Oh, did
Haemir and Calliope
left.
went with the rest of the army to prep forces to move.
Do we have that alchemy jug? Didn't we get a new one?
Yes.
Oh, they ran
Oh,
Strahd
damn it.
in.
We just lost Chris.
Yeah, we lost.
Oh
Chris.
no!
He was typing when he left.
Oh.
Or said he was typing in Discord.
Let me. Who has the alchemy jug? I'm gonna pour some nut milk because it's
Is
important.
that
to
your
remember.
answer to this crisis?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Arnon has it, and it's filled with nut juice.
Nut juice.
No. Please, please let it be milk.
Nut juice. It's somehow worse.
It's
Is it dime store nut milk?
no.
It's like nickel
No.
store nut milk.
Chris is saying
Thank
something.
Thank you, Johnny Storm.
Anyway,
You're gonna have to ask him for his jug.
His internet crashed again.
yeah, his internet is crashed. Anyway, yes, Butch, you get the alchemy jug and fill it with whatever.
Yeah, let's
Brandon's dressing.
let's discuss this over nut milk. Arden. The beverage of your people.
Do you have any whiskey to put in that nut milk? It's good.
So yes.
There's a
Hey, Ember, you're a dwarf. Do you have any
there's a guy on
whiskey?
the staff that used to mix it for us back when I was a kid. His name was Bailey.
Jesus Christ.
Beer, but I don't have any whiskey.
Do you have any alcohol?
Elric's going to leave the cave.
Oh my gosh.
And as Elric walks out of the cave, that is where we will pick up next week. So, potential more existential crises to happen next week. But thank you all for joining us. Sorry for all the technical glitches that have happened this episode. Hopefully we'll get all that fixed here before next week. But we will see you again next Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern Time at twitch.tv/thosenatural1s and youtube.com/@thosenatural1s, and maybe Kick and Drovo if we can get those two to work. But the jury's still out on those two. So, thank you all, and we will see you next week.
Where hopefully we won't roll a natural one rallying the troops.
It was a bit.
Have a fantastic night.
And you committed.
We will see you next
It was a
week.
bit.